Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Hiatus Day Spa and Med Spa. Relax, recharge, and repeat. Give mom the gift of serenity this Mother's Day with a trip to Hiatus Day Spa and Med Spa. Director of Marketing, Jane Beaudois, is here to tell us a little bit more. Jane, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. Let's talk about what makes a visit to Hiatus Day Spa just such a great gift for mom.
Sure. So at Hiatus, we believe that self-care isn't a luxury and that it's essential, and especially for busy moms who are running around doing everything for everyone else. So we've created a space where she can come, relax, unwind, and truly feel celebrated. So we think that one of our gift cards or even our curated spa packages would make a great gift this year.
Not only that, you guys get really personalized with your services.
Absolutely.
And you go all the way to doing stuff like nails. So there are a lot of options.
That's right. Massage, skincare, nail therapies, and even med spa.
Wow, fantastic. Okay, talk to us about your Mother's Day packages. So you guys have gone ahead and set some things aside to make it easy for people who want to celebrate mom, and gift card offering as well.
Correct. Yeah, so we're offering 2 packages this year. The first one is called the Essential Duo, and it lets her pick between 2 of our essential services, which is really nice because you can give her something specific, but she still has the option to choose. And the second package we have is called the Glass Skin Glow, which literally leaves your face feeling so smooth and glowy.
I want this so bad.
It's amazing. It's our You Do You Hydrofacial, a dermaplane, and finishes with a vitamin C mask, which is really going to brighten the skin and give you that glow. And those are available until May 12th. So for all those people that are, not early bird shoppers, you have 1 day extra to give those packages.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, but so for the early birds, we have a 20% off gift card sale right now, which is so nice. It's the easiest way to treat your mom or yourself even. You can schedule a gift card to be sent. You can send it instantly, which is nice. They never expire. And then also we have this beautiful gift card box.
Oh, it's really lovely.
Yeah, it's really nice. It opens and you can put like a little note in there and things. So you can stop by one of our 9 locations across Texas and pick one up so she has something physical to open that day.
So Mother's Day, you're actually handing off a lovely little gift.
A lovely little gift.
And then she still has the opportunity to choose what she wants.
Absolutely.
From it. Okay, I like that. Yeah. Hiatus uses the word essential a lot, especially when you guys talk about packages and services. Yeah. What does that mean for your brand?
Great observation. Yeah. So like I said earlier, we truly believe that self-care is essential to a healthy and happy lifestyle. So it's not a luxury. You should be using this all the time. So we've created some core services that we call essential services. And it's the tailor-made facial, the signature massage, the body wrap, the one and only mani-pedi, and even Botox and Dysport. And so that's also the foundation of our H-Circle membership, which lets you choose between one of those essential services each month for just $89. As well, the H-Circle also unlocks discounts across the whole menu, retail discounts, referral bonuses, things like that. And it's just a really great way to habitually practice self-care, and it's not just a once-a-year treat.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to lean on this table because all of those.
It's a lot.
You're telling me if you join this H-Circle Foundation.
Correct. Membership.
That you can get one of those fabulous services. I mean, a single one of those services so often is going to be so much more money than $89.
Yeah. Without the service, you're looking at $130 without the membership. So It's great. And you can reciprocate. Like I said, we have 9 locations across Texas. So you can, if you're in Houston, you can pop over there, use your membership, things like that.
Oh, girl, you're going to get a new client today. Good. Okay, Jane, thank you so much for your
Rosie,
time.
thank you so much. This was lovely.
It. Of course. Hiatus Day Spa and Med Spa is offering the Essential Duo package, the Glass Skin Glow package, and as you heard, 20% off select cards through May 8th just for mom. Purchase now at hiatusspa.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Hiatus Day Spa and Med Spa. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Kalahari Resorts and Conventions. Hey, are you ready for a culinary journey with unforgettable entertainment? Get ready for the 4th annual Food and Not Just Wine Festival. That's happening at Kalahari Resorts and Conventions. We're speaking with Assistant General Manager Brandon Wise to learn a little bit more about the event. And Brandon, my very first question is, what's the inspiration behind the festival?
Well, welcome back. We're glad to have you here. The inspiration behind the festival is that Kalahari, believe it or not, it all started as a pizza restaurant. So the true foundings of this company, the family's love is in food and beverage. And as we've grown as a company, they want to show that off. We have 4 properties, building number 5 now, and culinary is still the root of all of it. And we want to show off what we do and where our passion is. So it's a tropical theme, and that's why we've got this food in front of us that we'll get to.
Talk to me a little bit more about what we have here today. You did mention the tropical theme. You and I both talked about how this is a pizza we'd like to take home. Could be divisive, but a Hawaiian pizza with a little bit of pizzazz.
Absolutely. It wouldn't be a tropical event without a Hawaiian pizza, so we have to have that, but it's Texas, so we made it spicy. Over here we have chicken Parmesan sliders because we are in our Italian restaurant right now. And then over here we have sliders in heaven with Heinz 57. We've got 23 different restaurants and bars on property, and all of them will have at least 2 food options and 2 drinks on show. So from Double Cut, our steakhouse, Cinco Niños, the Tex-Mex, at Sortino's Italian that we're in, all of them will be showing off. We'll have music in every corner, but we'll have interactive entertainment out there as well, from fire dancers, hula dancers. We're going to have some animals like parrots and alligators roaming around.
If someone wants to come out, there are a couple different levels of tickets, and I'd like you to talk to us about that.
Yeah, of course. There's general admission. The event is from noon, 12 o'clock, until 4 o'clock on May 4th. So it's 4 hours for general admission, and that gets admission to the whole place. VIP tickets for just a few dollars more. The event starts an hour early, so you have that first hour all to yourselves. Plus, from 10 to 11, there's a VIP brunch reception where we get to meet and greet the chefs. Cool. On top of that, if you were to book a hotel room and then get your tickets through there, it's $50 off each ticket type.
It's not just for the out-of-towners or out-of-staters. You want locals to come on by and experience, any night of the week, some of the wonderful food you have to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Kalahari has something for everyone. From 2 to 80, there's something for everyone, from dining to entertainment, live music, of course the water park, and we have slides and attractions there. Tomfooleries has things for the parents, for the grandparents, and for the kids all to enjoy. You can't forget the spa because there's so much happening. We need that moment of reprieve, and that's the place to do it, whether it's in the steam room or the sauna or getting a full treatment.
So it's a slightly different time period than last year, right?
It's a little different this year. Yeah, we've moved it earlier in the year. We think the weather is going to be a bit better, and it's going to be a lot more fun for everyone.
Can't wait. All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
To buy tickets and to see a full list of Kalahari's signature restaurants, check out kalahariresorts.com/Texas. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Kalahari Resorts and Conventions.
There's too much hate and not enough talking. There's too much killing, honey. We need a solution. Just sing to your children. Empower women. Don't shoot from your hip. Don't shoot from your head.
Hey, all right. Guys, we just heard from artist Alex Moss. You might recognize him as the frontman of the beloved Austin band, the Black Angels. He's playing this weekend at Austin Psych Fest, and he and Aaron Owens are here to talk to us more about what to expect. So y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. All right, thanks for having us.
Of course, and I'm always so grateful when musicians make time for a morning show, because I know you're probably more of a night owl, so we are grateful.
Well, I've got 2 kids, so yeah, I'm just, we're both just owls.
We're just tired all the time, and you're getting through it, so good for you. Aaron, if you could you tell us a little bit about Psych Fest, just a little bit about how the festival has changed and grown as well over the years?
Yes. So Austin Psych Fest, this is the 3rd year that we're having it at the Far Out Lounge. Big Austin, South Austin backyard vibes underneath the trees. It's kind of grown and developed into that. We've had to, pivot a little bit on the artists that we're selecting and, branching out here and there, but really trying to hold true to the psychedelic rock world and, just finding different ways to develop that through different artists that we book and the programming that we create.
Psychedelic rock. Okay, is there any way you can give me some sort of definition of how that sounds?
Alex? That might
Yeah,
be a good-
yeah.
that might be a
Maybe
good
we
one for
turn
you,
to
maybe.
the person who does psychedelic rock.
Yeah, I mean, I think psychedelic rock and roll, it's kind of like just music from your spirit, which sounds very, it just sounds,
like that.
sounds very like, just easy to understand. If people are afraid of the word psychedelic.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, like, you know, it's just another word, right? And yeah, you see big pharma buying into psychedelic stuff these days. So,
Well, it sounds really poetic. At least, you know, what I heard from that first song, and we're actually going to hear a little bit more from you. So I'm interested in the storytelling element of that as well. So Alex, you actually were part of dreaming up this festival 3 years ago. Can you talk to me a little bit about the inspiration there?
yeah, one of my best friends I've known since I was 11 years old. He's in the Black Angels. His name's Christian Bland, and we started this festival many moons ago. The first one was in a red barn, because that's the only thing that we could find, some little red barn. We had 7 or 8 bands play that year. And the reason why we had this festival is there was nobody else doing, there's a blues festival. There's like, you know, hip hop festival, 420 Fest, whatever that is. But nobody had like a psychedelic music festival. You know, think about psychedelic music started like in the 60s.
Yeah.
The first band who ever claimed that they were psychedelic rock and roll was the 13th Floor Elevators. If that sounds familiar, they are from Austin, Texas.
Oh my gosh!
And they took their sound to the West Coast, and everybody was kind of just wanted to be the 13th Floor Elevators, and probably still do.
So it was the reverse of what's happening now. They went out to California.
And then all these other people kind of embrace the word psychedelic music, which means, you know, of the spirit, you know.
Cool.
But it's kind of a selfish way for us to be throw a big party with our favorite bands.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure,
it's like
absolutely. So third year it's at Far Out. How many years has it been going on?
Well, we had to take a couple years off. We had a kind of a big rain out one year at Carson Creek Ranch. It used to be at Carson Creek Ranch. It's beautiful, 40-acre ranch. Maybe it's bigger than that. We changed the name in 2017. I think that was. Am I remembering that?
I believe so. I think so.
We're putting you on the spot. It's kind of a pop quiz, isn't it?
It broke off into it's 2 festivals. It started off as Austin Psych Fest, and then we also throw a music festival called Levitation Music Festival.
Of course, yes, and I've heard of that one for sure.
The fall edition.
The fall edition,
Fall edition.
Exactly.
That makes it a lot more easy to understand. Okay, Alex, you are performing solo this year, so what can fans expect from your solo set?
Yeah, I kind of, if I could put a record out that sounds like Leonard Cohen meets Wu-Tang, I think that would be, you know, like the goal. So for me, I have amazing artists that play with me. This guy Rob Kidd on the drums, Jake Garcia, and this guy Jack, who's in this band called The Point, who's a great musician, and actually having a guy fly over from Spain. His name's Javi. And he's playing this amazing instrument called the saz.
I've never even heard of
Yeah, it's
that.
this weird Turkish instrument. He's just like blows my mind. So, so you can expect a kind of folky psychedelic set. You know?
I was gonna say maybe different,
It's less
like
loud.
scales and things like that.
Yeah.
We're getting funky with it.
No. No.
I appreciate you putting me in my place.
No. We're just gonna try to not be funky.
Okay.
Yeah. But to your, I know your point, and it's more like these guys that I'm playing with are just amazing musicians. And,
That's awesome.
And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to keep up with them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you're no slouch yourself.
That'll be easy.
I mean, thanks, but these guys are actually like good.
But I want to hear, just because you talked a little bit about like your dreams solo-wise, the Black Angels are actually working on a new record right now. So can you tell me just a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have been working on a record for about a year and a half, and there's a little studio down in South Austin called Space ATX Studios that we have a rehearsal room or a space there that we track. And yeah, we're our next album, where it's going to be a total different direction. So people are familiar with our music. They're going to be like, wow, you know, hopefully a wow in a good way.
Hopefully,
Whenever Radiohead put out Kid A, and everybody was just like,
Oh,
whoa, what is this? And that's kind of, you know, the surprise, you know.
Sure.
No longer a surprise.
Well, that's something to be excited about. And Alex, Aaron, just real quickly, if you wouldn't mind, talk to us about ages. Can all ages attend? Because
Yes.
when we hear psychedelic, to Alex's point, you start to go like, as far as attendance, and are tickets still available?
Totally. So it is an all ages festival. We encourage families to come out. You know, if you're bringing a very small child, we would definitely want some
the little
big
headphones?
headphones on them to protect their hearing. But, you know, it's a big, beautiful space. We really encourage everyone to come out. You know, there's a lot of music discovery. People come for their favorite band, and then they leave with new favorite bands. And yes, tickets are still available. You can go all out and get the whole weekend passes, or you can buy single day passes. And then we also have some deluxe options if you want to go a little bit more fancy and just have a little bit more of a luxurious festival experience.
A little bit VIP. Okay,
Yes.
gentlemen, thank you both so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, the full lineup for the festival is online. Tickets are going fast, but 3-day passes and single-day tickets are still available at levitation.fm. Now we're going to hear some more music from Alex. Alex, take it away.
Thank you. One dream you had long, long ago made me think of us. Was beautiful, dancing in the grass. Sunlight in your ear, this moment better last. I would like to fly like a honeybee, you said to me. I would like to fly like a honeybee, you said to me.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Ancira Salsa. Since the 1990s, 3 generations of the Ancira family have been selling their salsas in Taylor and areas around Williamson County, and it's time everybody else knew about their success. CMO Jesse Ancira III is here to tell us more. And Jesse, the first thing I want to ask about is about Ancira Salsa, a family-run business. Tell us a little bit about what it is you guys do.
Sure. I'm Jesse Ancira III, Chief Marketing Officer at Ancira Salsa. Ancira Salsa is our family-owned and operated salsa company out of Taylor, Texas. We are a specialty food supplier for grocery retailers, large-scale food distributors, and independent mom and pop shops, always keeping it local.
I like that you support local, being local yourself. Okay, let's talk about what you brought for us today, because you've got actually a lineup of salsas, starting with the least heat first.
Sure, I'll do a quick rundown. So this is the green, it's a tomatillo flavor, light and refreshing. This is the hot, a restaurant table style. Here is our smokiest, the 6-pack for 6 different peppers. Here we have the habanero, classic habanero pepper. Here is our new record heat, very spicy. And then this is my favorite, the pineapple habanero, our newest release.
You know what, I think you and I are gonna get along palate-wise, because sweet and heat to me is a delicious combination.
Tropical fusion, I think you're gonna love it.
I'm interested, okay. I wanna talk about how y'all got started, because as I said at the top, 3 generations. This goes all the way back to your grandparents.
Sure, my grandparents, Jesse and Josie Ancira Sr., developed these salsa recipes in the late 1990s. They would travel throughout Central Texas marketing and selling their salsas at farmers markets, local festivals, county fairs, and over time demand grew rapidly, and thankfully my father, Jesse Ancira Jr., had the foresight to commercialize the brand and build it into what Ancira Salsa has become now. So from the farmers market to now Central Market and beyond.
I think that's great. And just if someone's tuning in for the first time today and they hadn't heard of Ancira Salsa before now, what sort of salsa would you suggest?
Great question. I would recommend, if you're new to our brand, start with the green sauce. It's a tomatillo pepper, light, refreshing, not too spicy, gentle on the palate, present, but still composed.
Ooh, you've really developed a palate for salsas over time. I should say so, by the 3rd generation. All right, Jesse, we really appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Find Ancira Salsa locally at Central Market, or to shop online or find a retailer near you, visit ancirasalsa.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Ancira Salsa. Welcome back, everybody. We usually see Edward Flores for our Pet of the Week, but today he's joining us to talk about a special event that he's hosting along with Paul Smith of 12 Rivers Realty that benefits a really great cause. All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Let's talk, Edward, if we can, about the Morning Spin event and what folks can expect at it.
Absolutely. So obviously you've been on social media. All the rage in Austin is these morning spins, and it's not a workout. That's what everybody thinks.
Okay, all right, thank
Automatically
you.
what everybody thinks. It is a morning dance party. So from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., you're out there. We're going to have a DJ. So on May 3rd, May 3rd at CrossFit Yakaru, we've got DJ Buck Rogers coming out from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We've got Pretty Cute Coffee coming out with coffee, tacos out there from Nix to Tamal. We've got some amazing raffles too. So all of this for a great cause, mind you. So that's Service Dogs Inc. Some of our raffle items are going to be ACL tickets.
Whoa.
And tickets to Toshikan Omakase, which, if you know anything about Toshikan, one of the best omakases in Austin. Ooh. Michelin recommended and almost impossible to get into, but one of the best experiences you'll ever have.
Chef's tasting
Exactly,
sushi.
yeah.
Ooh,
so
okay.
it's going to be all for a great cause. That's obviously what we always want to do, is doing a morning spin, but put our spin for a nonprofit. And
I am glad that you said, because I heard Morning Spin and I thought, everybody get together, put your leggings on, we're going to do a spin class, but really it's this sort of spin.
A DJ
like a
spin.
DJ.
There you go.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
I get you. Paul, as Edward mentioned, y'all are supporting Service Dogs Inc. with this fundraiser. Can you tell us a little bit more about the work that they do?
One of the great things about Service Dogs Inc. is that they are literally providing community, and they're training dogs so that way they can help people be service dogs for people with mobile disabilities. They're helping children within courthouses to help them be relaxed. They're also giving dogs and lending dogs to police officers and firefighters.
Yeah.
And I thought it was veterans as well, right?
Yeah.
They can
I don't know
literally
that they go on the veteran angle, but they do the firefighters and police.
That is really wonderful. Look at these super cute pictures of these service dogs
they're at a
helping
firehouse
out.
right there.
Such a stressful job too.
Yeah.
I know that these well-trained dogs can bring a smile.
Compassion
as well.
fatigue is real, and so it's something that they deal with. So
Such a good point.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, I want to ask why 12 Rivers Realty wanted to get involved with Service Dogs Inc.
Well, one of the main reasons, of course, is our very good friend here, Edward Flores.
Who loves dogs, and we picked up on that over the years.
A fun fact, I believe my wife actually, who used to work at KXAN, found Caxton.
Yep, she was one of the first people that was back there. Yeah.
That is a mind blow. What's your wife's name?
Denise Smith.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah,
so a former KXANer
Yep.
helped find Caxton.
Yeah.
Oh.
And brought us together, so fantastic. We
That's
helping
incredible.
each other.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. And Edward, of course, I'm going to ask, why did 12 Rivers Realty want to get involved with Service Dogs
Yeah,
Inc.?
I think so. One of the beauty about I've worked with Service Dogs Inc. for almost a decade, and the best part about Service Dogs Inc. is every single one of their dogs is pulled from the Texas shelter, which is very rare when you're training service dogs.
Yeah.
They scour every shelter in Texas. Some have come from Austin Humane Society, Wilco, Austin Animal Center, and every single one of these dogs, it costs $50,000 to train one for one human. And I have been privileged enough to attend these graduations. Very few people get to go because it's such a bonding experience with the dog and their new client. And it is one of the most emotional things you see, because these people are gaining a sense of independence that they don't have at the moment. And so these dogs are literally breathing life into them.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
$50,000 is a huge number. So the
Huge
amount
number.
of effort that we put into Service Dogs Inc. obviously is going really far.
Absolutely, and that's what Morning Spin is all about. This Morning Spin is to benefit them, and let's raise some money to get one dog in there trained,
Yeah, absolutely. If not 2 or 3, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
If folks can't make it out though on the 3rd, how else can they support Service Dogs Inc.?
You'll let Paul take
Yeah,
that.
they can go on Service Dogs Inc. website. It's servicedogs.org. And again, it's an amazing cause. Thank you again for bringing that.
Yeah. And I'm sure not only are they looking for donations, but maybe volunteers or that sort of thing?
They will always need, so they have their facilities out in Dripping Springs, so they are constantly looking for people to come out and help, I'm sure, so you can touch base with them on servicedogs.org.
Takes a lot of resources
Sure
to get
does.
one dog fully trained and ready to find
Yeah.
the right home. Okay,
Absolutely.
it is awesome what you guys are doing. Thank you so much for your time.
Are we going to see you at Morning Spin?
I mean, I'm going to be out there dancing.
Okay,
Come
all right.
on, cut a rug. All right, guys, thank you. Head to Edward's Instagram at EdwardFlores18 to learn more about this event and stay with us. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Kissin' Makeup. Do you own a makeup palette where maybe a couple of colors are heavily used and some are never touched at all? Studio 512's makeup guru, Karen Helton of Kissin' Makeup, is here to talk to us about all of the colors available to us and maybe help you save some money in the process. We love her for this. Karen, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on, as always.
Of course. So first, the question that I wanted to ask you is, what's the problem that you see when people come into you and they say, here's my makeup bag, show me how to use what I've got inside of here, and you open up their makeup palettes?
So now I'm seeing more and more palettes. There was a trend for a little while towards eyeshadow sticks, made it real easy, but palettes are definitely coming back. They're easy to travel with, and I think people have this assumption they're going to take this with them and use all the colors. And what they do is they take one or two colors. And my goal is to kind of go over things, and hopefully you'll use all of the colors, if not at least a majority of them, right?
Yeah. Get your money's worth out of paying for that number of eyeshadows all together at one.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the first tip that you've got for us is to find your foundation shadows. And we're not talking foundation as in skin foundation, right?
No, we're not. So this could act as an eye primer, although I love Senna's eye primer. It's my favorite. I try a lot of things, but I always come back to that Senna eye primer. But if you don't have that, your foundation is going to be the light shadow. Goes from lash line, brow bone, all the way across. You want it to feel super silky. It's going to make it easier for you to blend, for it not to crease, and for it to stay on. So a foundation shadow would be something very light, like this one. Or if we go here, these are...
This is what I call them in my makeup palette is egg wash.
That's exactly. A lot of them are that color.
Kind of that like light ivory or cream color.
It just works to neutralize your eye. It helps the shadow go on better. And you could just use a liner with that.
Absolutely.
Want it quick and easy. But then we have our midtones. And that's where you get,
this
some
is where
contrast.
it's kind of tricky.
Yeah. So on a midtone, this would be something like midtones.
Okay.
See these here? These are midtones.
Even
right?
though I'm seeing matte and shimmer at the same time,
Right,
still
right.
both considered midtones.
Right. And on your midtones, these shadows like that, you can put them in the crease. It's going to add contrast. You can do kind of like the sideways check mark. It kind of goes like this. Or you can take it all the way across your eye, the eyelid, and use that. Depends on your eye shape.
Yeah.
You can also use those midtones to create a really soft ledge under your eye to pop the eye, right?
Oh, that's clever.
Right, so we can do that. And then you get into your dark tones. So your dark tones are like this.
Eggplant, I see here.
Love that. There's an espresso brown. There's some over there, right? Any of these tones like that.
The ones that might scare you if you're kind of an eyeshadow newbie are probably the dark tones.
So what you could do is start that as a liner. And then you can move it into the outer fourth of your eye, and add some more drama. Adds a little bit more of a dramatic. Or if you're really bold, just go all the way across the eye, and it'll make a really dramatic eye too. And last but not least is the pop or the wash. So the pop or the wash are these shimmery colors that you can use kind of all over the lid. You can add it as a pop right on the top of your eyelid, just with your finger like that. Or you can do as a wash of color. Really pretty to open up the eye.
Yeah, you, when you were teaching me how to do my makeup, because people ask a lot, no, we do not get our makeup done here at KXAN and CW Austin. But Karen has taught us all how to use the makeup that we own to do our makeup the best way possible. And so I always think about it, you said put it right over, like when you close your eye, where your eyeball is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Another good tip is, now you could do this with a single shadow. You know, you could hold up a single shadow like this and check it with your eye color, because you want it to enhance your eye color, not fight it. And we all have a secondary color right next to our pupil. So you could try to match the secondary color next to your pupil and make sure that whatever your eye color is, that it complements it. Not that you hold the palette up and then you're fighting, like, which do I look at? Do I look at the eyeshadow or do I look at that, that?
And we've stuck a color wheel up here because, for example, I actually, because I have, some green in my eyes, I go through red and purple, pinky stuff, and it makes my eyes look greener.
Absolutely, because you're doing complementary colors. Yeah. So it's fun to look at a color wheel. It's super important as a makeup artist or any type of artist to know your color wheel. Know your primary colors, your secondary colors, know what monochromatic is, and play with that wheel. But above and beyond that, it's fun just to play with the products. So
it is fun.
Right. I thought, if you want to take a color, you see this, right? I'm just going to go into this one. Because people go, oh my gosh, that looks so scary, right?
Sure.
And I'm going to take it across my wrist.
Wow, that's a beautiful color.
Look.
Yeah. Oh, how fun is that?
Right? This is my best bridal palette. It's a Pat McGrath. I've got a lot of different palettes up here, right?
Yeah.
And then if you want, you can also go, let's see what's something, let's do, I don't know, I'm going to go into this pink one right here.
Yeah.
Right?
And just trying it out on your skin tone.
Right. And you see, it really isn't that big,
just,
right?
Yeah, so you see how much opacity you've got, how transparent the color is, that sort of thing.
And you see these charts. I mean, we are so fortunate that cosmetic companies now give videos. They will match the color and show you how to use it on Instagram and everything. And 9 times out of 10, if you're on a site looking at colors and palettes, they're going to have hands up like this, different tonalities of skin with the colors.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to test it and not be scared. But whatever you do, you want to have fun.
Yeah, I think that's actually your last tip, isn't it? Just have fun.
Have fun. You can build on it. If it doesn't look quite right, go lightly and you can add more if you love it. If not, take it off or put another color over it. Just have fun. Don't be scared of it.
I love hearing that from someone who really knows her stuff. Karen, thank you as always. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Learn more about Karen's brow expertise, something we didn't even touch on today, but she is the best, and all the services she offers by going to kissandmakeup.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Kiss and Makeup. Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Grapes and Rye, LLC. Hey, are you looking to elevate your next gathering? Grapes and Rye can bring the party to you with their mobile tap trailer, or they can help you with your bartending skills thanks to their mixology classes. Here to tell us more today are the owners Lawrence Williams and Rachel Green Williams. And Rachel, our very first question is for you. What inspired you guys to start Grapes and Rye, and where did the name come from?
That's a good question. So we actually started the business about 4 years ago. We actually started it in our home. We love to entertain. We always open up our home to family, friends, and we would create cocktails in our kitchen. And some of our friends were like, these are amazing. You all need to start selling this. You need to turn this into a business. And after a while, we actually agreed that we wanted to turn our passion into profit.
Lawrence, I do want to ask about some of the most popular classes that you offer, because I was surprised by the answer to this.
Absolutely. So one of our most popular classes is our gin tasting class. So what's very great about our gin tasting classes, when participants come, the first thing they get is a welcome cocktail that's based on the gin. And then they sit down, they taste between 6 to 8 different gins. We talk about the history of gin, how it's made, but we also offered classes on different other spirits, such as whiskey, tequila. We have a Scotch class on the 26th. And so we're very, very excited about those classes and how our participants have received them.
What you're trying to do is educate people. You want them to be able to walk into a bar the next time, you know, they go after having one of these classes and know a little bit more about what they should ask for or what they actually like.
Yeah, nothing makes me smile more than getting a text or a phone call from one of the participants of our class, and they're like, I'm at a bar and I ordered this drink and I actually called out the spirit that I tasted in your class, and now I feel like I'm doing something. So it really inspires us and makes us smile when we know that our participants are learning.
All right, Rachel, so if someone's watching today, you've piqued their interest and they want to come in, maybe have a class, or they're throwing a party and they're interested in having you come to them. Where can they learn more?
Well, you can find everything on our website at grapesandrye.com. You can also follow us on all of our social media accounts. What we try and do is post up our classes a month in advance, so you have ample time to check it out, buy your tickets, get friends together and do that. We do a lot of corporate mixology classes for team buildings, so you name it, we can provide it. So it's all about us getting out to the community and the community coming into our space as well.
Y'all, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Very
you.
cool idea here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Get tickets to upcoming classes now and learn about catering your next event at grapesandrye.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Grapes and Rye, LLC. We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin.